Hey everyone, welcome to the channel. My name is Paul. Today in the channel, I wanted to discuss Captain America from Avengers Endgame. This is the BDS art scale 1/10 statue from Iron Studios. But before we begin, as always, for all of you guys subscribed to the channel, a warm welcome back. And to everyone who's visiting for the first time, thank you so much for checking out the channel. I do hope you like what you see. And if you do, I would appreciate that thumbs up, commenting, and I hope you subscribe to the channel. So let's take a closer look at the box. At the front of the box, we can see Captain America with all his glory holding the Mjolnir with the broken shield. So we do have the Avengers Endgame logo here as well as the name Captain America there. At the side of the box, we can see the figure itself. So it's a good photograph. At the back of the box, so it's the same photograph. And at the other side, it is the same. But we can actually see there's a little bit of a difference. So it's actually switch outs on the statue. So for example, here he doesn't have the hammer, whereas here he's holding the Mjolnir. On top of the box, so we can see the Avengers logo as well as the Captain America name, and below a bunch of information on Iron Studios. So let's crack this open. First impressions, it is an amazing statue. In my opinion, I can tell you right off the bat, there's a lot of details there. The expression on his face, yeah, the paint and whatnot. But let's take a closer look. Captain America statue made of polystone, and although not numbered, they are limited edition. I am loving the statue. In terms of the concept, of course, it's Captain America from the Endgame, Avengers Endgame. As you can see, the base, it looks like part of the Avengers mansion. There's a few sort of soil underneath, and then the cement and a few looks like metal or beams. And then I do love the pose. So he's in attack mode pose. This would go great with the Thanos Endgame version. I do love that he is leaping into action with the base highly a little bit elevated at the front, so he can actually do that wonderful pose without any worries that the statue might tumble or fall. Yeah, and then I do love that the shield is broken in a correct way. He does have a few bloods and dirts on his uniform, in his face. He does come with a few switch outs, so a separate shield here with the hand if you want to display him without the hammer. So this is a good alternate with that Mjolnir with a partner arm here. And he can also pose something like this one without any hammer with his right hand, so which is an awesome touch. I mean, if you want Thor, because Thor has the Stormbreaker as well as the Mjolnir. So if you want to display him alongside Thor, you can display Cap with this switch out without the Mjolnir. But of course, as majority of you guys will probably do, you would want to display Cap with the Mjolnir. I mean, it's an epic scene, so why not? He does come with a broken shield. That's a great touch there, and yeah, it's actually fitting there. You can do a lot with this particular statues with a lot of switch outs and whatnot. So it's an amazing concept that they got here. I do love that. And of course, as a 1/10 scale statue, it is small enough. So if you don't have enough space, this would be the best way to start a collection or to add to your collection, especially if you're a fan of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Alright, so let's try a few switch outs. Alright, so here's one wherein he is leaping into action, about to throw his shield, probably Thanos, with his left hand sort of in a guard position there. Here you go. So as I mentioned, if you want to display him with Thor Endgame version, wherein Thor is holding the Stormbreaker and Mjolnir, so you can display him without his Mjolnir here. So because, you know, it wouldn't make sense displaying them both with Mjolnir, but nobody is stopping us to do that. We have the statue, so might as well do what we want. Alright, so actually, I'm not sure where to put this. Maybe just put it somewhere here If you guys know where to put it, please let me know, because there's no slot anywhere here. Maybe just put it here, somewhere at the back, which is, could be. Let's take a closer look at Cap. So in terms of the sculpt, I am loving the sculpt. I do think that he resembles Chris Evans from certain angles. Of course, as a 110 statue, it's not perfect. It's too small to be able to get that 100% perfect recapturing of the face of Chris Evans. But for the size, well, I am impressed. I do love that on certain angles, he does look like Chris Evans. Right now, he does have that Avenger logo on his shoulder pads, and the star is actually back on his uniform. Yeah, the helmet, the sculpt of the face in the portrait here, the small details on the side of the shoulders, and as well as the sort of a strap belt on his body. It does look like belt, an actual belt. I mean, the sculpt they did here is incredible. I mean, in my opinion, especially up close. Look at that folds at the back of his uniform. There are certain parts of the uniform that appears to be, or at least Iron Studios want to make it look like fabric. So it is wrinkling a little bit as compared with the uniform. Like for example, on the top part, it doesn't wrinkle. So I do love that small touches. There are certain threads here that looks like actual threads, at least to me. The detail on the hammer. There are certain scriptures on the side, as well as the handle. This is actually fabric. The tassel on the hammer, Mjolnir. I am loving this statue. Alright, so let's talk about the paint job. So I am loving the paint job on this particular figure. I do love that subtle dirt paint on his helmet. The blue shade that they use, it's not too dark. It's a good shade that they use there. There's a few dirts here, which is painted. The silver that they use, it's a very, very good combination. I do love the skin tone that they use as well. It doesn't look plastic and whatnot, so it's a really good detail there. So in terms of the shield, I do wish that they use a little bit of a metallic look. I mean, for the silver paint here, it does look a little bit metallic, but for the red, it's a little bit, I won't say dull, but it does look a little bit muted, as well as the blue. I would have loved to have it a little bit shinier. But, I mean, it's okay because the shield is broken, so it's the same as this one. So the reds that they use, it's doesn't have the metallic look. I do love that dirt effect on the silver. Yeah, as well as the star. It has sort of a dirt look there. Very, very good paint job. The back of the shield is also painted nicely, as you can see there. I do like it. The handles, they do look a little bit dull, but I mean, it's the back of the shield, so you're not actually focusing on that. So I do wish that they use a little bit of a more leather effect, something like this one. Yeah, but overall, I like the paint. In terms of his pants, so there's a black shade here as well as blue, a muted maroon or muted red here. It's nice touch, and a few dirts here and there, which is painted. That's amazing. I think the suit is movie accurate. At least from what I remember. So at the back, in terms of his strap, so the metal part here, or the metal effect here, it has a weathering effect. I'm loving the paint on this figure. Look at the boots. There's a few dirts here and there. There's a strap of leather effect. The back of his shoe, it's painted nicely. In terms of the base, so I do like the shade that they use here. I mean, it does not look like an actual stone up close. It does look a little bit plasticky. I mean, they could have done a little bit better on the side. I mean, on top, it does. They did an amazing job on this side. But for the elevated part of the base, I think they could have done a little bit better, or maybe a darker shade. I mean, on camera, it does look nice. The beams, I wish they could have made it a little bit darker as well, to make it look like a melted metal or something. The soil here, same. It does not look like soil exactly, but it does the job. So I'm still digging it, especially for this size, a 1/10 scale. This part, the paint job and the sculpt is top notch, in my opinion. All right, so let's do a little bit of size comparison here. So here on the side, on the right side, is the Thanos 1/10 scale from the BDS Avengers Endgame. And yeah, so you guys can see the comparison in terms of the size. Look at Thanos. I mean, he is imposing there. I think the size is really good. As you can see, my camera cannot even fit the blade there. Having to face something this size with a broken shield, you must be Captain America to do that. So what do you guys think about the size? Is it do you think Cap is a little too small, or I mean, in my opinion, I think they got the size and the height just enough. Look at the size of this guy compared to him. Alright, so here's another comparison. So the one on the right, this is the Captain America Avengers Infinity War version. And the one on the left, this is the Captain America Endgame version. As you guys can see, in terms of the height, they are pretty much the same. In terms of the paint job, so the one on the right, the Infinity War version has a darker shade of blue, which I think is pretty much movie accurate. He doesn't have the star as compared to the new one. He doesn't have that Avengers patch on the side of his shoulders, as you guys can see here with the Avengers Endgame. He does have the patch. I think they got the height pretty much accurately for both versions. So there you go. Alright, so there you have it. I really love this particular figure, Captain America Endgame version. I think he is a value for your money, in my opinion. If you consider the sculpt, the paint job, the details, the switch outs, you are really getting the value for your money, in my opinion, for this particular figure. If you want to start your collection and you're thinking of getting this one, then I highly recommend you do so. If you want to grow your collection, he is a good addition to your collection as well. If you don't have enough space, then a 1/10 scale is the perfect figures to get. You can easily find a space for the 1/10 scale figures. I'm very happy to be able to get this particular figure. Alright, so thank you so much for dropping by. I do hope you guys enjoyed the video as much as I enjoyed making it. And if you do, I would highly appreciate if you guys could give a thumbs up, leave a comment, and subscribe to the channel. It would really mean a lot, and it would really help out the channel. Yeah, so I hope to see you guys next time, next video, and go rebuild your passion.